What's up, internet family? A bill filed to eliminate Mississippi's income tax, plus a local man arrested in a 2002 cold case, and the latest on a Mount Vernon wildfire. We have those stories and more coming up. It's time for News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, internet family, and thank you for joining us for News 5 Now. We do this every day at 5:30. We get together to talk about the big stories that we're following for you today. We talk about that question of the day and read your answers, and we see your results to our News 5 Now poll as well. And let's not keep you waiting any longer. Let's go ahead and get this kicked off with the big stories that we're following for you right now. Number 5, using smoke bombs, a shotgun, and half a dozen flashbangs, the Gulf Shores Police Department SWAT unit made a grand entrance into what will be their new headquarters. A multi-million retrofit of Sacred Heart Hospital in Gulf Shores will be used as the new Gulf Shores Justice Center. The old facility, meanwhile, will be torn down. The police department is set to move into the new Justice Center in summer of 2026, so be on the lookout for that. Number 4, a bill to eliminate Mississippi's income tax is headed to Governor Tate Reeves' desk. House Bill 1 will cut the income tax by a quarter of the percentage point each year, starting in 2027, with future cuts tied to economic growth. This would mean the state would have $2.2 billion less in revenue through 2037 over a 12-year period. The bill now awaits Governor Tate Reeves' signature. Number 3, although things got a little dicey for Nate Oates' squad, number 2 seed Alabama survived number 15 seed Robert Morris's upset this afternoon in Cleveland. The Crimson Tide went into halftime with a 4-point lead, but the Colonials hung around and eventually took a lead with just over 7 minutes left. It was a tight one, but Bama ultimately survived, winning the game 90-81. The Crimson Tide will face number 7 seed St. Mary's on Sunday in Cleveland. And as always, we are going to be continuing to support our local team, so we're hoping the Tide go all the way. Number 2, a Summerdale man has been indicted more than 2 decades after a homicide in Bristol, Tennessee. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says 52-year-old Christopher James Havrilla is accused of first-degree murder and first-degree murder and perpetration of kidnapping in connection with a 2002 disappearance of 24-year-old Cody Scott Matney. Bristol, Tennessee police received new information last year in the case and continued investigating, which led them to Havrilla's arrest last week in Orange Beach. Havrilla has since been extradited to Tennessee and was booked into the Sullivan County Jail. And number 1, a Mount Vernon wildfire has now burned more than 100 acres and homes may be in danger. Fire officials say another fire started near the Coy Smith Road and Rivers Road intersection. A News 5 crew is on scene. Keep up with the latest on WKRG.com and at News 5 at 9 and News 5 at 10 later on this evening. So those are the big stories that we're following for you right now. We usually would have a 6 o'clock newscast, but it has been preempted because we've got college basketball going on. It's March Madness, so you will have to check in at 9 and 10 for your news. But now it's time to go ahead and get into that question of the day. And I think this is another good one. We had a good question yesterday, and I like this one today too. The question is, who is overdue to release a new album? Now, I kind of gave a little answer yesterday. I gave my personal answer, and I kind of want Rihanna to release a new album, because her last 2 albums were amazing and they were so good. She probably doesn't have to release another bit of music in her life if she doesn't want to, but I would love if she had more. But let's go ahead and see what you guys had to say. All right, who's overdue to release a new album? All right, let's see. Steve Granger says AC/DC. It's been almost 5 years since their last album. All right. And let's see, that's from Steve Granger. And we've got Eric Anthony here. They've got an Outkast gif here. It has been a long time since Outkast dropped some music. They're arguably the best duo out of Atlanta. I mean, they're absolutely classic, legendary group. Got some Ruby people reacting to you there. Got some people who agree. So thank you both for your answer, Steve Granger and Eric Anthony. All right, let's see who's next. We've got Brian W. Catlin, and supposedly there's a lot of unreleased Prince material. Nice if the estate would allow it to be produced into a series of albums. Okay, I don't know. I feel some type of way about music being released posthumously, even though, you know, it does happen a lot. I always feel some type of way because these artists that we know and love, they have their own special, you know, checklist, and they have their own special, you know, sign of approval that they put on things. So without them actually being here to do that, sometimes it doesn't really feel the same. But thank you for saying you'd like to hear some more Prince music. Usually when I want to hear Prince, I just go listen to his oldie but goodies for sure. Thank you so much. All right, our very own Olivia Kill says, I'm just waiting on Reputation, Taylor's version. A lot of Swifties always wanting something new from Taylor. All right, let's see. We've got Raymond Yawn, Lenny Kravitz, Kid Rock, Three Doors Down, and Miranda Lambert. Got a few people who need to drop some more music. Okay, Raymond, we need to send them some messages and see if they come on with it. All right, let's keep going. Francesca Levy says, myself, I've been working on my album for 2 years. Well, Francesca, there's no time like the present. We're waiting on you. Drop a link when you drop your music. All right. Anthony Dobson says Pink Floyd. Okay. And Josh Brennan says Michael Jackson. Same thing. I kind of just feel like posthumously, it's different. He has dropped. There was a lot of music dropped posthumously for Michael Jackson, but it's just, I don't know. Again, it never really feels the same. But if they could be here, Prince, Michael Jackson, Amy Winehouse, a lot of those people to give us more music, I would definitely be here for it. Thank you so much, Josh. All right, who's next? We've got Craig Webb. Carrie Underwood, hopefully she has something to debut during the live shows on Idol. Now, Craig, I'm here for you. I'm here for this one. That is my girl. I love me some Carrie Underwood. I love her down. So, yes, I am here for that. Thank you so much for your response. I need to add a like there so you can have more than one because I agree with you. That's my girl. Okay, we've got Jeremy Brazel next. He says Radiohead, but that might be changing this year. Fingers crossed. All right, so we'll be looking out to see if Radiohead drops some new stuff. We're going to read just a few more, guys. There's so many answers here. And I see the Red Clay Strays. I see George Strait and Kenny Chesney. Some greats there. And let's see. I see Echo and the Bunnymen. Someone said Elvis, the Beatles, way overdue. All right. Let's see. More. Adrian Bates Thompson says Faith Hill. All right. And Justin Reed wants us to stay in our lane, but we like music. We like music too. We do news, but we do also enjoy music, and it's okay. So thank you for that comment. Let's keep on going. Colby Shin says Janet Jackson. She was set to drop her new album Black Diamond in 2020, but that project and coinciding tour was shelved when the pandemic hit. And you know what? I actually do remember that. I think my mom was actually supposed to go to one of her concerts, and I don't think it ended up happening. So that would be nice to see Janet Jackson get back out there and do her thing. She's still such an amazing performer all these years later. Okay, let's do just a couple of more and see. Glenn Sanders says Ozzy. And let's see. Someone said Brian again, Brian W. Catlin. I recently heard that Eddie Van Halen had a lot of worked up music that would be awesome to see released. So, okay, got another answer from you. And let's keep on going. All right, we've got a vote for Cardi B. Yeah, I'm not sure when she last released anything. I don't really keep up with her too much, but Yeah, I'm not sure. We have to check on Cardi B to see if she has a project out or coming soon. Okay, Whitney Houston. See another entry for Prince. Someone says Hanson here with GIF. And let's keep on going. Just a few more. Let's see. Just trying to see if I can see some different answers. All right, and James DePaulo, sorry if I butchered your name there, says Portishead, Guns N' Roses, Scarlett, Savatage, and Ruby. So there you go. Everybody who commented, who contributed, thank you so much for all of your answers to our question of the day. Now let's go ahead and shift gears so we can talk about that poll. Do you think you earn enough to live comfortably? You see the numbers? 18% of you say yes, and 82% of you say no. In this economy, I think that's about right. A lot of people feel like they could use a lot more money. Just a few extra dollars could go a long way. So yes, 82%, that sounds about right. So thank you all so much for your answers to the question of the day, the Facebook poll. And now it's time to get you over to our Facebook page so we can give you some homework. Go ahead and give our Facebook page a big thumbs up, like it if you have not already, and go ahead and answer our next question of the day and our next Facebook poll. That next question of the day, yesterday, Thursday, was the first day of spring. Which of the 4 seasons is your favorite? I mean, they're all so lovely for their own reasons, right? But I love fall. There's just something about fall that's just, it makes me feel cozy. Something about fall. And go ahead and answer our next Facebook poll too. Do you prefer flying or driving? And I was just talking to our Christina J. Harris about this, but I just feel like it depends on where I'm going and what you can see along the way. Like if I'm with friends or family or something like that, then if there's some cool destinations to see along the way for the journey, I don't mind being in the car for the drive. But if we're in a hurry or there's really nothing to see and we're just trying to get to our destination, that's the high point, put me on a plane. So I feel like it depends, but go ahead and make sure you chime in. You have all weekend to give us your answers, and that way when we come back on Monday, we will be able to share your results right here on News 5 Now. So as always, thank you so much for joining us for News 5 Now. A reminder, we will not be having a 6 o'clock newscast tonight because of March Madness. Got NCAA basketball going on, but you will be able to catch us at WKRG at 9 and for WKRG News 5 at 10. So make sure you're joining us. As always, thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you next time.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.